Hello and welcome back to Atomfall. In the last episode we routed all around the interchange, unlocking quite a lot of the stuff that I probably should have done in a different, what do you call it, at the start of the game, but I didn't. Not the smartest choice I've ever made. So what we're going to do, I thought there was going to be more to route around here for this catastrophe entrance, but it just takes us straight back to data storage A. So I'm going to go now to Wyndham Village, probably going to end up getting killed by everybody that's there. No doubt, and I can't, well I can, but I've been told I'm not welcome to come back to the central process in the interchange, but I'm still going to go back anyway. If she tries to kill me, then I'll probably just try. Well, it'd be easy to kill her, I reckon. But we'll get that one killed off. So, in Wyndham Village now, I need to go to the church, I think, and I need to go to the pub. Maybe they'll be alright with me.
Has escaped from the detention facility.
Not sure I like the look of
Citizens should be
You
on the
don't need to
lookout
like the
for
look of
this
me, buddy.
dangerous malefactor.
So we want investigation. We'll go. That's Windscale Plant. We want Wyndham Village. So we need to go. I'll go to the Grendel's Head first, to the pub. Where is that? There. So we'll head up to the pub. Doesn't seem like we're trespassing. Oh, we got another phone call from the strange voice.
The village of Wyndham is picturesque.
Yeah, it is.
The village of Wyndham is quaint. The village of Wyndham is dangerous. Be cautious.
Okay. Why does it sound like the dude on the phones is Venom? Gonna be.
I used to whinge about my whole.
He seen me come in here, hasn't he? Recent movements, new lead. Pass through Mayview Hotel, cross the stream and turn right, heading up the hill. Turn right again, up the narrow stone steps, went round the back of the ruins and entered that rat-infested cellar. What are you up to? I never went in there. You didn't catch me trespassing.
Keep it civilized. No trouble, mate.
I'm surprised that these soldiers are not
Don't be causing trouble, alright?
attacking me, really, considering I broke Thingy out of prison. Where's the pub again?
a stranger, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they're not attacking me, considering I broke Darrow out of prison and killed a bunch of soldiers on my way out. Grendel's Head. Let's go through the basement.
Here at the pub tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing, eh?
Oh, secret tunnel. I think that's the tunnel we went through before. It was in Skethamore, possibly. more of a kick. There was a bunch, well, a couple more of the
Bloody hell.
leads that we
You
could
kept me
have.
afraid.
Sorry,
Welcome
mate.
back. Oh, my lord. Well, I appreciate you making the delivery. I truly do. I'm glad you found Nora. She can be a bit of a knout, but she's a lifeline for us in the village. I don't know what we'd do without her. How's my contact in Skethermore? Been a while since I heard from him, truth be told. Dead? Oh no. The poor bugger. He were a good un. One of few of them protocol lads you could still say that about. You know, he were one of them ordered to stop that civilian convoy. The one that's just wreckage up on the Skethermore Road. Oh, don't think he ever forgave himself for that. Been a helping hand for us ever since. I really appreciate all you've done. These messages are more important than you might realise. Let's just say you've given the village a chance to, well, speak up for itself. Here, take this, and thanks.
Forgive me. Some Molotovs, nice.
I suppose I might be able to help a friendly traveller out. What sort of gear did you have in mind?
Some heavier
I bet you
weaponry.
could. But you wouldn't find anything like that in Wyndham. But there's a ruined mill out on Skethermore. There's a fella up there, more often than not, and he might have what you're looking for. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermore, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask.
Okay. What have you got to trade me? Ethanol and a bunch of taters. We don't want any of that. I
See you
should be
around.
going, mate.
We'd be able to get along all right left to ourselves. But up to our armpits in
So
soldiers
where's this
and
church?
outlaws.
Mill grounds. I think we're gonna have to have a little run around here and see if we can find the church. Yeah, we'll go out and have a little search, and we'll have a quick look at the leads, whatever leads we've got. Atomic batteries. Reverend. That's the dude in the church, I think.
Should be on the lookout for this dangerous malefactor. Be vigilant.
If you spot one of them acting off, bring it to me, Reverend McHenry. Dr. Holder had a secret lab under the church, and then it's just the entrance. So, guess we need. Is that a church?
The citizens of Wyndham.
Or is that just a tower?
Reminded that any building marked as sterilized is off limits prior to demolition. Trespass is a serious offense.
Maybe that is the church. I'm not seeing any more buildings that are church-like. Yeah, it's
I
the
said to
church.
him, "Where's
Yeah,
my
let's
pal
not have
Johnny?
any trouble.
What you done with him?"
Let's see what's going on in here. That's just going to be an exit, isn't it? Yeah. Where are you, Reverend? St. Catherine's Church. check upstairs first to see if he's up here. Vicar's key. How's that entering Wyndham Village? It's bloody haunted. Attacked by the birds. Wait, are they birds or bats? No, they're definitely birds.
Got them here now.
What's in this crate? Well, if that's all that's up here, there's no point in me staying up here. So I think we need to go back down, try and find the vicar's key somewhere as well. Have a look what he's got in that big oak chest. Can't jump over that, why?
Why here of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make things stuff.
And doom us all in
Looks
the
like we
process.
found the reverend.
Captain and his minions find out. Oh,
What's
I'm
going
sorry
on
we're
here
closed
then?
today.
What
Please
have
leave.
you done, Father?
Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. These are awful times. If news of this gets out, things will get worse, I assure you. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here.
I don't want to be...
Oh, thank you. I shan't forget your kindness, and no shall
Let's be
Wyndham.
nice to him with him being a father. Why would someone do such a thing?
All too many a reason, I'm sad to say. There are certain beliefs around here. Harmless before the disaster, but since, with the protocol now imposing their law, it has all become somewhat tribal. Maisie here must have got mixed up in something. The weapon that was used to... a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods.
Been stabbed with a candle?
Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves. The disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Catastrophe woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult. Certain death. That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods. I advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have...
Must have been killed with. What is it? A sickle. What does this read? So we won't mention anything about this strange murder, but I want his key. Canter of brandy, nice. Where is your key?
Ah. You did? I see. Well, yes, it's true. She ran errands for me from time to time. I asked her to keep an eye on certain people. She has had quite a talent for it. But I had no reason to kill her. You must believe me. I have a certain arrangement of sorts with some of the villagers. In a world as terrible as this, with evil in the soil and a military boot on their necks, who can blame those who turn to the church for protection? I offer what I can, in return for a small donation to the church. But it is necessary for me to keep some eyes on them as well. In case they waver, there is a lot of temptation within the zone, and temptation too easily leads to corruption.
Well, that's true, but
I suppose so. If she had discovered something, perhaps she was following someone on the day she was killed. Her notes might enlighten you on that front. Oh, Lord, not you as well. Listen, the pressure of living in these walls, it can cause one's mind to play tricks. But I assure you there are no ghosts here. No one has been inside the cellar since the disaster. The key was lost along with the scientists, God rest their souls. Perhaps you should get some rest, hmm? Farewell.
no, mate.
God
I'm
bless you. You'll do
gonna
the right
go
thing,
down.
I'm sure. God go with you.
What do we have down in the crypt? What's this? Oh, we've already resolved that. Oh, has the reverend been drinking down here? I've got the key, mate. I've already got the key. Forgotten cellar. What the fuck is that?
Slowly now. Come into the light where I can see you.
No.
Wait. You're not one of the scientific staff.
No, I'm not. Oh, why are your eyes blue? It's an interesting conjecture. Unhappily, the only way we can discover if the growth will form specific and specialized organs if we were to grow large enough is to allow it free reign, and I would hope the arguments against that are self-evident. Even at this generalized level, the organic material is very interesting, showing chemical characteristics not dissimilar to those found in the human brain and nerve tissue. Holder. What is this little gizmo then? Is he growing things? Organs. You are a dodgy man, sir. Got a lot of poison. Well, let's have a conversation then. Hey? You have injected yourself with a dose of experimental inoculation. Ah, as if that just went off that quick. Healing boost. Radiation resistance. Skills. 5 and 4. We can get both of those. There we go. Alright, now we can talk. Here he is.
Who the blazes are you? I know every face on the project, and you're not one of them. How did you know I was down here?
I guessed.
You found it in... You mean to say you were inside the interchange?
Yes,
Just
sir.
how did you get in there? They sealed the place tight.
Not well enough.
You found what? Just found a keycard. I believe you. It's so ludicrous that I searched to no avail. Will you just find one? Too ludicrous to be untrue. The interchange. Open again after all this time. Astonishing. I thought it was sealed for good, and its contents forever out of reach. But
Oh,
look,
mate, I can let you in.
do you realize what this means? If
No.
you have access to the interchange, then we might be able to stop this nightmare before it spreads beyond the wall. "5 years. And now so little time left. I'm sorry. You're perfectly right, of course. You have not a reason in the world to trust me at such short acquaintance. Yet the fact remains, you must. So much depends upon it. We first discovered the growth at the Oberon site. I was one of the team assigned to study it. You know, first we thought it was benign, beneficial even, according to the early results. To our eternal shame, we did. In hindsight, it was too soon. But science moves quickly here. In our experiments, small doses of the growth in a purified form showed the most astonishing effect on cognitive capability. But it was not purified nearly enough as it transpired. Its active agent was much more active than we realized. What it was doing to both our bodies and our minds all the while, it beggars imagination. We thought we held the future in a test tube. But all we had isolated was evil in its purest form. You can see why I must keep myself hidden away down here. Yes, it's under control, but I'll never be entirely free of it. Thanks to this apparatus, I found a way to inoculate myself, halting the infection before it could fully establish itself. If my colleagues had shown more faith in my line of experimentations, well, we wouldn't be where and what we are now. But look, we have so little time. I desperately need your help. I need you to go back to the medical facility, and this time, go deeper. All the way down to the quarantine level. Somewhere in there is a sealed cylinder. It's labeled Sample 1. Find it, and bring it here to me. Do that, and I can promise answers. answers, and a way out of here. Here's my keycard. It will get you deeper into the medical section.
There we go.
It was the
That's
first
what it
sample
is.
of the growth that was extracted. We took it to the lab to test it. That was a few months before the disaster. It's a pure sample, and that's what makes it so important. I see you've already helped yourself to a dose of my inoculant, jumping the gun a little, but it's all for the good. If you ever encounter a thick area of growth, or are suffering from a potent strain of the infection, that stuff will ease the burden. It should give you a better chance of surviving infested areas. And with any luck, it will silence the voices in your head. Best of luck.
Thank you. What's hiding here then? Report. Memo for medical staff: the transportation of the cause ample. I imagine that's supposed to say the core sample to the special facility on the lower floor has been successfully completed. It was not, however, completed satisfactorily. In my opinion, I laid down a list of safety measures that were all to be observed, not treated like some manner of a la carte menu. Safety margins were inexcusably shaved. I would remind you all that on matters of institutional safety that I am the final arbiter and not Dr. Garrow. Okay. So you're a good person then? I assume that's what you're trying to say. I was hoping possibly to find the Vicar key somewhere. But I do have a feel on where that key could possibly be. So let's go investigation. Heading up the hill, turn right again. It's going to be something to do with her notes. At the ruined cottage by the Mereview Hotel to get a better look. So it's this one. Below are some notes. So, past the Mereview Hotel, crossed the stream and turned right. There's the cellar. Need to just act casual. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you die there, mate. So this is where she was camping out. Killed him, haven't they? Was there so many? Let's just go in the cellar. we come down here to find more rats. Take both of those. All through it. Nice and hidden away there. Sisters and brothers. Oh, this is just miscellaneous. I'm making my way into Wyndham. The protocol imposes harsher restrictions by the day and it wears the villagers down. But the worse they get, the more they are willing to listen. I tell them to the purpose of the voice in the soil. I tell them of the purpose of the voice in the soil. Some are weary, seeing how the captain brands us as corrupt and pagan, but others are receptive. When I can, I'll bring them to the woods to meet you. I hold the purpose safe and secret. The heathen that is their captain doesn't suspect a thing. To him, I'm just a humble shopkeeper. Thank you for your guidance. I look forward to the day I can join you and hear the voice for myself. Morris. Well, this is why she was following him then. It's Morris, the shopkeeper. Anything that we can unlock? Yeah, we'll unlock that. So it's Morris, the shopkeeper, that we need to... be having words with. The plot just keeps thickening. More people here being shown as being dodgy. I went all through his shop. Kill the one they call Macy. Morris Witt, we share in your concern. If the vicar's spy, the one you call Macy, has discovered your purpose, then you must deal with her. That captain means only to bring pain to the soil and its children. You must stay hidden until that day comes when we all may sing with the same voice. Silence Macy, return her to the soil. So, looks like we're going to have to go and deal with the shopkeeper. Mr. Morris, you bad man. And you killed her in the church. Of all places.
Acts of insubordination or disrespect against the soldiers protecting you here are in essence
Still in mind.
and will be treated as such. Please,
See if this phone rings. No. Silence. Pretty sure I remember where the shop is. It's left. Here. Hardware shop. Let's enter this and see if this is the one with Morrison. What's your name?
Hello
Morris.
again. Shh! Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here. All right, look. Just hear me out, eh? See, we're a rotten one, that'n. Tattling folk out to the vicar's so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot were old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor.
Like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer, not born to it, but she were poison, that un, and so is Vicar. Summat had to be done. Oh, aye. Or chuck you in that jail of theirs, which is just as much a death sentence, except slower. All I'm saying is that we messed up. With factories and machines and that. We should have stayed close to the soil. Simple as that. How is that treason? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all. Something better. But that Maisie, she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that vicar quiet. She had to go. And I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. You're just the same as her, a bloody quisling. I'll make you sorry for that.
No, you won't. Shop back door key. So we've got 2 trackable leads now. So what are the leads? The interchange and the atomic batteries. So we'll go back up and speak to the priest. Priest, reverend, whichever one it is. What do you have for me, Mr. Reverend? Clean that body up, ain't you?
Ah, it's you. The shopkeeper. Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. News travels fast here. I'm told Morris will no longer cause us any problems in the village. Thank you for finding some sort of resolution to all this. How did you... You're very well informed, I must say. Very well. This key will open a box upstairs. You'll find your payment in there. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? You have? Oh, heavens. May the good Lord protect you. It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. You don't seem to be showing any other symptoms, however. Perhaps the corruption has not taken hold. You may stay without denunciation. For now. Please understand, I have a duty to this village. I do what is necessary to protect my flock. We have seen some very bad times here. I don't really know why such misfortune has befallen us. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. One is never truly lost. For I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about... Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Catastrophe Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Farewell, and God bless you.
Let's go get this box then. He's probably got an atomic battery in there, hasn't he? It's a shame I haven't kept this magnificent thing locked away. But I don't expect the soldiers would be happy if I had it. Atoms, the very stuff of God, stored in the purest and most terrible form, a marvel. It was a fruitful trade and worth the trip out to Molly in the Dale. If I can scrounge enough, maybe I can purchase her second. That one's resolved. Affected, that's not trackable. That's that done. Help the vicar, all of that's not trackable. Let's go open leads. So it's still the atomic batteries. But we'll have to go to Molly in the Dale. Then we need to go back into medical. No. Escape. There's a lot of people saying that they'll help us escape. Old feed now and Skepamore. Oh, let's see what I've got on me. Drop that. Let's take that battery. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go. Go and speak to her. Okay, did I not already buy one from Molly at the start? Don't know, but I need to go to this
We
interchange.
cannot guarantee your safety beyond the village palings. Do you have a good reason to leave the village?
In here.
There you are. What's this now? Game's up for you, mate.
There's going to be more. Investigation. What's that opened up then? That's the hearing voices resolved. Although I thought that was already resolved. Maybe not. So this should now, I think if I open this up, should be the last data storage. Store that. I'm going to store some of the Molotovs on that. Keep that. And we'll store that. Now there is a woman that we need to... The interchange. This one. So where is she? Data store Charlie.
Hello? Hello? The instrument just registered emergency access. Whoever's in here, I mean no harm. It's Joyce Tanner. I was part of the investigation team on Convoy 5. And, well, I don't know how you got into this place, but it's bloody marvellous. I'm in Data Store Charlie. Get to me if you can.
Right, so we've... Data store Charlie's there. I think we can get over to it. Yeah, this stuff barely does anything now.
Oi, oi. Something there.
Steady now.
Bloody right, pal.
Got to reload.
Ooh.
Right. Loading my bullets. Firing.
So, we need to find our way down. That's C is over there. I think C's the... I must have done C.
Someone there.
Yeah, we've opened it. Where is she? Data store Charlie. I'm here. Where are you?
Don't go. Don't be daft. Someone's sneaking around out there. Let's get this over with. That's right.
Where is she though?
Oh, it's you.
There you are.
I see the damn data store has gone into idle. I assume you have the tape. Oh, that's splendid. Good show. There's a wealth of information on here. Garrow is making rather a nuisance of herself, it seems. You'll have to get over to the processor section and, well, deal with her. And it looks like you've been doing a stellar job elsewhere, too. I gather that you're the one who's responsible for restoring the power supply here. I've been trying to get in here for simply ages. Oh, I've just about given up hope. Help? You've changed everything. You
I
might
hope
just
for
have
the
tipped the
better.
scale in our favor. Isn't it a remarkable sight? The interchange in all its glory. I was beginning to think I'd never see the inside of it. Think of all the secrets that might be hidden here. Well, the interchange itself seems to be wired together like some sort of big computer. These data stores all connect to the central data processor. Though with the power cut, it looks like it's gone into a sort of a dormant state. No doubt that was part of the drill to get this place mothballed when the disaster happened. Whatever it was. As for the research they were doing here, well, I don't know. You could poke around and find out, I suppose. The important thing is that we're in here, and I cannot overstate my delight that you managed it. Now, finally, there's a chance I can get into the communication systems proper. And listen, we don't need to trust each other just yet. But maybe we can work together. It's a bit of a two-person job, this. Look, if I can get a message through the interference field, I should be able to sort out an exit for us. I'd need a whole array of transmitters to punch through the interference, though. There are a few radio towers across the area that should do the trick. I've restored power to them, but I seem to be locked out of their controls. The operators must have isolated the towers from the network when the quarantine was declared. But look, if you could find each tower and release the security lock, I can fiddle around this end and try to use the array to blast out a signal. Here, I'll give you map coordinates for each tower. Good luck. Do your best. And try not to get eaten by any goblins.
Goblins? I haven't seen any goblins. So now there's somebody else that's apparently might help me to escape. Now, Delta. This is the one that I haven't been in. No power. Douglas, get a battery across to the Skethamore Vehicle Depot. They want to get a modified tank running, if you can believe it. I don't see why we'd need to worry about mobilising any military. Scribbled map marking. A scribbled map marks a location in the Skethamore region.
Power restored in data store Delta computation. Quarantine has been lifted in this sector.
There we go. Oh dear. Why is there now robots walking around?
Full power restored to central chamber. Central processor awaiting data signal.
gonna make that jump. No. Oh shit! I'm dead. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not too good at these jumping things. Whoa. Thought I was going to fall off then. Oh, there's the room key then. It's not out there, is it? It's down here. What do we have? Crafting manual. See what this is. Documents. Again, I'll just scan through it and scroll down slowly. So what's this crafting thing we've got then? Unlocked. Takedowns create less noise. Deep pockets carry more crafting supplies and ammo. Unlocks recipes to craft upgraded weapons. Damn. That is what I need. That is what I need in my life. So this should be almost done. Right, so I'm going to go up. Stay away. I need to go to medical. Why is that red? Because the lights are red. So they're all powered up now. So I need to find my way to medical. This is the way to robotics. Brain controls. Room it may concern. What's this say now? Stop redirecting my power signals for your own damn use. I know it might seem like the crane control room is inferior to whatever experiments you were running downstairs, but I have cargo to shift from your precious lab. If this doesn't stop, I will march down to robotics and we will have a little chat. Frank? Oh, we will have a little chat, Frank. You can tell me what signal redirecting gizmo you have designed and who you've been handing them out to. So he obviously doesn't like the fact his crane's being pissed about with, which is fair enough. Dude's got a job to do, and you're stopping him from doing it. don't they? Medical's this one. Do we need to go and get that thing out of the bag? This one? Yes. Go through. Yeah, I'm not marking this already. Come on then. Come get some. Ooh, you nearly had me. Sit down.
Hello? Anyone receiving this? What the blue blazes happened just now? Who declared quarantine?
Dr. Holder.
Dr. Garrow? Is that you? Where are you?
Alan, listen to me.
Diane, where are you? Is this you doing? We're locked in.
There was an explosion. We had to...
Had to what? Where are you, Diane?
I'm on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
Oh, it's just hear the panic in his voice, the poor bastard. What is that? What is down there? Don't tell me that's what I'm supposed to be getting a sample of. Death away. Voices going on in there. Oh, another one. There we go, it's all powered up. Don't know if that's a good thing. Skills 5. Gunsmith requires 7. Kinda want that. Not really too bothered about this one. That one I kinda want, so I can carry more stuff, so I'm gonna grab that one first. environmental training. Still can't go through that. What I'm going to do as well is grab that one just in case I need to craft some bandages or something. It won't take me as long. This is the original specimen. I want to be a bit weary here because I'm not too sure what to expect. Oh. Big man. Leave me alone. Crafting, let's craft one of these and test it. Just to be on the safe side. Use that bandage.
And on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
No time? We're still in the fail-safe period, Diane. Raise the quarantine level before it's too late.
I can't do that. Over a month remains secure.
Diane, there's dozens of us still in the lab. Please suspend the quarantine, just for a few minutes.
I can't. I have to think of the many.
Are you quite insane? Wait. Wait. I know why you're doing this.
I'm sorry. Let's go, Alan. Interference is too strong already.
Diane, don't you dare. Open the bloody doors, damn you. Diane! You can't trap us in here to die. I swear, if you don't...
Diane is a bitch. Skills. What other skills did we just unlock? All sources of poison, all sources of bleed, and all sources of burn, but no infection. Suppose that's... I don't know. Hopefully we'll be able to find a lot more of these training stimulants around. I'm hoping there'll be plenty, so I can eventually unlock all of these skills. Medical tunnels. This is where it was before, isn't it? I think I'm on the other side of it now. Oh, no, I'm not. gone. You're taking a few hits there, mate. The plan is now. Let's go and get that team back. First and foremost. You better power down. Let's go pay Gara a visit, shall we? See what she's got to say for herself. Don't need to be at medical, I need central process. What is the way now? Need to return that to him. And there's 3 radio towers. It's the central processing. Wait. So, which way? Here, isn't it?
You gotta run!
Shut up. Further to our meeting on the 12th instance, I wish to inform you that Ethics Committee will not be considering your case any further. You should not regard this as the equivalent of a verdict of not guilty. However, a cloud of opprobrium hangs over your career to date, and you would be foolish to forget how small a world that of scientific academia is. Please look to your character in future. Yours sincerely. Okay, so there's got to be something to do here, surely. No power. Central processing. Why is that? Right, well, which is the Wyndham Village exit? More Wyndham Village. Do we want to go straight across this way? Whoa. Hello. So the interchange is resolved now. Interchange is empty. That's escape. Wyndham Village, Dr. Holder. Right. Well, we've got access to there anyway, but I still want to go and finish the rest of the leads. So we'll go to Wyndham Village, the Dr. Holder. Church. I'm pretty sure it's just up to the left.
Any attempt to interfere with the proper functioning of protocol patrol robots will be viewed as an act of sedition.
See what happens when we give him this.
It seems that the protocol soldiers are in a right flap about the interchange. They were chatting about how the whole place lit up like a Christmas tree, which I'm assuming was your doing.
Okay.
You've done more to unlock the secrets of this place than anyone I can remember. But believe me, you still need my help if you want to get out of here. You and I. We can bring an end to the madness that's claimed this place. Even escape to the world outside, can you imagine? Time is of the essence. With any luck, Sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility. You found the sample? But this is wonderful. For the first time in years, there's hope. A true, viable hope. Those used to be some of the finest minds in the country. Country be damned in the world. My colleagues, trapped there when the laboratory was sealed. Now I need to get to work on this sample. This alien muck has vulnerabilities, but taking advantage of them is difficult. But I can see you're curious and you've earned some answers, should you want them. Is there anything that you want to know?
A bit, yeah.
It's an official secret, for all the weight that carries now. Oberon is the code name for the meteorite they found buried here. It was uncovered just after the war, during the evacuation of new slate mine workings. That discovery was the reason they built this whole circus here. I dearly wish it had remained undisturbed. The rock itself contained remarkable minerals, instrumental in the creation of the atomic batteries, and all the other marvels you've no doubt already encountered. But they drilled too deep into Oberon. And, at its core, discovered organic matter. That was sample 1. A team of biologists, myself included, were assigned to analyze it. But the Oberon investigative team drilled too deep. There was some sort of violent and highly energetic feedback that collapsed part of the plant and triggered the quarantine. That was in 1957. It is abominable. Plainly extraterrestrial, voracious and implacable. At first, the top brass was excited by the potential it showed. In small doses, it seemed to accelerate our ability to learn to a remarkable degree. Your mind expanded. As if you had a connection to lost knowledge that you had somehow forgotten and were simply rediscovering it. But then, some of us started to change. We barely had time to start coming to terms with it. The explosion at the Oberon site came just days later. The quarantine was declared, and they trapped us in the lab. They left us for dead. Our own colleagues. You mean, why am I still trapped in the medical section? We didn't know it at the time, but there was a breach towards the back of the lab. Thanks to my experimental inoculation, I was able to resist the infection, to keep my own personality and intellect intact. I escaped through the tunnels under the lab. The only place I could think of to hide was there. When it seemed there was more to this growth than the BARD top brass wanted to admit, some of my colleagues and I decided to set up a very unofficial lab. This is it. It was hard work carting all this gear undetected, but we managed it. The vicar agreed to let us use the crypt for storage years ago, before the disaster. We made a small donation. To the church, you understand. And he didn't ask any questions after that. Now, I need to get to work on turning the sample active but toxic. A biological time bomb, if you will. In the meantime, there's something else you may be able to help me with. In return, I can assure you a route out of here. That's the deal. Sometimes, at night, I go up to the church tower and listen to the sentries chatting down below. I've heard some chatter that suggests my old colleague, Dr. Garrow, came back into the zone. I hear that Garrow somehow escaped from the soldiers' prison. That was your doing, I presume. Please tell me where she is. I very much need to see her. It's vitally important. I never thought I'd get the chance to see her again. It's vital I see her about something before we can leave. She is? I thought I would feel more relief. Like a weight being lifted. That sort of thing. But I don't feel anything at all. Just empty. I know what you must be thinking. But Garrow is not innocent in this. She doomed the whole project with her recklessness. And when the chickens came home to roost, she trapped us and saved her own neck. Look, I hoped I might be able to look her in the eye. Say what needed to be said. But that's all moot now. We must press on. I need some time to work on the toxin. When I'm done, I'll meet you in the interchange and we can finish this once and for all.
There we go. So now, I'm going to wrap up this episode here. In the next one, we are going to go to all of these radio towers, which I believe is Slattendale. Let's have a look. So interchange is done. That's escape. Wyndham Village, I just need to wait for him. Scathamore, there's a few things. In Scathamore, there's a radio tower. There's something else there for this one, which I'm unsure about. Need to go to that trader and speak to the guy that's repairing his radio. So we've got a couple left in Skethamore to do. Just the radio tower in Slattendale and Casterfell Woods. And then to Oberon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.